You are muted, Emmanuel.
Thanks, Michael. Um, Hi everyone. Welcome to today's Carpenter Working Group meeting, today's meeting at January 30th. So today let's get started with the project updates. Um, we have released Carpenter v1.2, both for the AWS provider as well as the uh upstream, well, for the upstream project as well. I'll make sure to link this here as well. So please feel free to go take a look. And if you have any questions, also feel free to ask us anything about that as well. So yeah, any questions on that? Cool. Next project update we will want to talk about is the two dedicated meetings that we are having for now for just the carpenter community. This one, the working group sessions that we are going to be hosting, this will be on Thursdays bi-weekly, as well as an issue triage meeting as well that we are hosting every Monday. It's going to be Today is going to be reoccurring between both the upstream Kubernetes SIG Carpenter project as well as the AWS provider. Um, we have also sent out a mailing as part of the mailing list, as well as made an update to our documentation. So if you want to go and take a look at the community meetings and the times, feel free to do so. We've also updated our calendar invite, so you should be able to see all the calendar. Like you should be able to just quickly add it in, and it will be populated right in there for you as well. Yeah, and if you're not also part of the SIG mailing list, please join. We do send out regular communications on there for any major updates like this or any other uh, really if we have any other requests that we may ask if anybody's willing to do within the community as well. Yeah, also if these times don't work, please feel free to reach out to us and see if we can maybe adjust things in the future or whatnot. Currently, this is from the feedback that we've gotten from the community, these are the times that seem to work best for everybody. So yeah, cool. If yeah, let me go.
Just a question. So like the Monday meetings, I guess it's okay. So I guess that was clear how you had like week one, week two, week three, week four. So it will like switch. We'll have like the 9 a.m. meeting, then the 3 p.m. meeting, then the 9 a.m. meeting, the 3 p.m. meeting, and they're interleaved between Carpenter upstream and Carpenter AWS. I did the note on the agenda looked, was like was slightly confusing to me. I just want to make sure I got it right.
Yeah, so the note on the agenda really takes you to here. If you look at the calendar as well, you'll see that like it how it's gonna be the Kubernetes SIGs Carpenter meeting at 9 a.m. Then the following week, Monday being followed by the AWS provider. Then a 3 o'clock meeting the following week after that as being the again back to the Kubernetes SIGs Carpenter, and then uh, so it'd be like 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 3 p.m., 3 p.m. I
That helps. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you. That definitely helps.
yeah. So also just make sure to just add the calendar. That will also just have everything there for you as well. Cool. Uh, Yeah, I'll clean up the update portion. I just added this in a few minutes ago, so we'll make sure to make that a little bit more clear as well. Okay, do we have any other questions around the new meeting times? Cool. If none, I don't know if we have any updates that we want to give around the degraded node pool. Jigisha, if you're on the call, if there has been any updates here, I know this is the most relevant RFC that we have going on today. Uh,
I think there were a few comments, and I'm gonna go ahead and address those, and we'll have a new revision. Um, so yeah, we can go ahead and look at that probably today or tomorrow.
Sounds good. Yeah, if anybody else also in this meeting, if you're interested, please do go read the RFC and provide any additional comments that you may have, any opinions or any use cases that you may see as well. Cool. Then is there any other RFCs that anybody else from the community wants to at least address or bring up at this time? If not, then we can just move on to community questions. Cameron, I believe you're the one who added this.
I added it.
yeah.
I can give a bit of a backstory to this too. We're trying to improve our pod AZ spread, and that involves topology spread constraints. One of the major sources of imbalanced pods in terms of AZ spread that we've discovered, and that many other people in the community have discovered as well, is when you're doing a rolling update, multiple replica sets exist, and the replica set being terminated can satisfy the pod topology constraints. And so you can get a bad skew from the old replica set satisfying it. This is fixed basically if you use match label keys. It will basically let you use labels to tie the topology constraints to a specific rollout or specific replica set rather. However, it looks like the way that match label keys was done means that it's baked into the scheduler. And so it's something that Karpenter would have to explicitly add support for. And that's why I'm asking for, what is the thoughts on supporting this in Karpenter?
So we do have if Jonathan, I think you can also give an update, but we do have a PR that's currently open that we need to just prioritize and merged in. But that's currently where we stand. I believe it's this PR as well.
Yeah, there's a pull request for it. It's sadly rotted a little bit, like it doesn't merge right now. And I don't know if the pull request author is still around and available to update it since it's been open for a while. So it might need somebody to take a second pass at this.
Yeah, this is definitely something that's on our radar. And the original author is still around. It's just a matter of priority of getting this over the line. Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, I guess, do you have any? I don't know what the latest on this is right now. I think we were just mainly looking around information around benchmarking to understand how this would necessarily impact Carpenter's scheduling performance, and what that, if there are any kind of underlying any changes that this, unintended changes that this could bring up.
Yeah, I need to review this. I'm trying to think, I guess the behavior that would happen if you tried to use this kind of constraint, but Karpenter didn't directly support it. Like when you roll, I'm assuming, like, have you tried this? Like what would happen? I guess I'm trying to think through it.
Yeah, so we have tried this, and we haven't yet been able to come up with a scenario that in our clusters, in our workloads, we haven't been able to come up with either a test deployment or a real world deployment that can trigger a pending pod. Because basically what we would expect to see happen is if Karpenter thought that a pod would fit in a node, but really it didn't satisfy the match label keys, then the pod would stay pending. But it's quite a rare scenario from what we've seen.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you could definitely come up with scenarios where this would break. I mean, obviously, yeah, not supporting it directly in Karpenter, there's just like a likelihood that something can happen like that, I guess.
Yeah, we figure it's just going to be something that happens in the middle of the night and pages somebody.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah, this is something that I like have, at least personally, have much to do with to look at, because it has been sitting for a while. I don't think I know it's not mergeable, but I think the rebase is not too crazy as far as I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a matter of review and then benchmark. I think we should, like, I think we should be relatively close. Like, I think it just needs to get reviewed, and passed through.
Okay, because yeah, the other reason this is important to bring up is like I think as a 131 match label keys is beta and then enabled by default in ECAS, so you can use it.
Yep.
All right, that's all I had for that.
Okay. Any other community questions or discussions that anyone wants to bring up? Oh, okay. Um, if not, we can call this meeting early. But yeah, at least from our side, I think this is all that we have for you for this week. All right. Thanks everyone for joining. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Emmanuel.